So class, welcome to the next lecture of the course. In this lecture I will discuss about the powers, what is instantaneous power and what is average power. So far our discussion was only limited up to this voltage and current. So now we will study power. So basically, why is it important? Why do we study power? So if you can see that in your homes, you can see, please check any this electrical appliance, that whether you have a geyser, a blower, press, electric kettle, bulbs, microwaves, ovens. So if you see that they have certain power rating. Okay, for example, if you have a press, it will be written that it is a 200 watt power rating. So this 200 watt power rating, so if the power exceeds that power rating, so it may cause permanent damage to that electrical equipment. Okay, so what I am saying that each and every electrical equipment, whether that is a household equipment or a industrial equipment, so these equipments have certain power rating. Okay, so at this power rating they will explain how much power that particular equipment can absorb or consume. Okay, so if this power rating is exceeded, what will happen? It will cause a permanent damage to this equipment. Okay, so that is why this power, how to calculate power on depending upon the voltage and current, it is very important. Okay, so the most common type of form of power, AC power, that we are using, it is either 50 hertz AC or 60 hertz AC. 50 hertz AC is used in India. Okay, whereas this 60 hertz AC power, it is used in USA and some European countries. Okay, so if someone will ask you which frequency Indian grid operates, okay, so you will say it is 50 hertz AC. Okay, though we studied DC, but there are certain advantages in AC as compared to DC, like it can be transferred over a long distances. Okay, so though nowadays DC can also be transferred, but in the earlier days, because the semiconductor technology, it was not very much developed. Excuse me. So this semiconductor technology, it was not very much developed, so that's why AC was preferred, and still AC is used commonly. Now we will study that this power, we have two types of power. One is instantaneous power, one is average power. I am talking about the AC power. What are two powers? Instantaneous and average. Okay, what do you mean by instantaneous? If you will see the word instantaneous, instantaneous means at any instant. Okay, so instantaneous power is nothing but the power consumed by the equipment at any instant of time. Okay, at any instant of time. So I can say that this instantaneous power, it is nothing but the rate at which the element absorbs energy. Okay, because energy is nothing but product of this power and time. So instantaneous power is the power at any instant of time, or I can say rate at which the element absorbs energy. Since it is an instantaneous time, so I am representing it by a symbol. Instantaneous power, I am representing it by a symbol P into T. Okay, T I am writing with it because it is instantaneous now. So as the power is instantaneous power, so it can be determined by the product of two instantaneous quantities. Number one, instantaneous voltage across the element, and number two, instantaneous current through that element at any instant of time. So what I am saying that PT is nothing but sinusoidal voltage multiplied by the sinusoidal current, means voltage and current both are in time domain. Then I will get this instantaneous power in time domain, and the units are watts. Okay, so since instantaneous power, I am saying what is instantaneous power? It is the product of instantaneous voltage and instantaneous current. Okay, so consider I am considering a circuit here. So I have a sinusoidal source. Sinusoidal source means I'm getting, this will give me some sinusoidal voltage. Okay, and when a load is connected, some sinusoidal current will flow in this load. So this is a passive network Z. Okay, Z is the impedance. It is consists of RL and C. So it is a passive element, you know. So I am saying suppose that this Vt sinusoid, it is represented by Vm cos omega t plus theta V, and this current sinusoid, it is represented by Im cos omega t plus theta I. So what is Vm and Im? These are the amplitudes or peak values or maximum values of the voltage and current respectively. And what is this theta V and theta I? These are the phase angles of voltage and current respectively. So what is the instantaneous power? It is the product of these two instantaneous quantities, Vt and It. So I am taking the product here. So I am getting Vim cos omega t plus theta V into cos omega t plus theta I. So we have a trigonometric. Here we will use one trigonometric formula, which is nothing but cos A into cos B, which is nothing but half of cos A minus B plus cos A plus B. So if I will use this formula here, what I will get? 1 by 2 Vm Im cos theta V minus theta I using A plus B. Then 1 by 2 Vm Im cos 2 omega t plus theta V plus theta I using this cos A plus B. Okay, so I am representing this term by A and this term by B. Please look carefully. If you will see, this term A, this term A, here we don't have any time component or omega component. So I can say that A is constant. Okay, and this A depends upon the phase angle between the voltage and the current sinusoid. Okay, theta V and theta I. Take theta V minus theta I. Wait a minute. So I am saying this this first term, it is independent of time. It is constant, and its value depends upon, constant means time independent, and its value depends upon the phase difference between the voltage and the current. Okay. On the other hand, the second term, you see that we have cos 2 omega t. So this is a time dependent quantity. Are you looking at it? Cos 2 omega t. So it is a time dependent quantity, and I can say that the angular frequency of this term, it is twice the angular frequency of that of voltage and current. What was the angular frequency of voltage? Omega, and current omega. So what is the angular frequency of this term? It is twice omega t. So if the angular frequency is twice that of the angular frequency of voltage and current, what will be the time period of this term? The time period of this term, it will be the half of the time period of this voltage or current. So if the time period, I am saying, suppose if the time period of voltage and current is T, capital T, what will be the time period of this term, second term, B term? It will be T by 2. Okay. So you can see that this PT, it has two parts. Number one, this. Number two, A or B. A is constant and independent of time, but its value depends upon the phase difference between the voltage and current. And second, in second, we have a time dependent quantity whose angular frequency is twice the angular frequency of the voltage or current, and whose time period is half of the time period of the voltage and current. Okay. Second, third page. Okay. So I am saying if omega is equal to 2 pi by t, what will be t? T is equal to 2 pi by omega. Okay. So I am saying since B, please see, if you will draw a graph of this PT, instantaneous power, how will the graph look like? The graph will look like this. Okay. This is the zero line. So this, if I will divide this into two, so this part, it is 1 by 2 Vm Im cos theta V minus theta I. Okay. And the complete PT is this. Are you getting it? So you can see, if I will start from this point 0, so what will be the time period of this sinusoid PT? It will be half of the time period of, if I am taking T naught as the time period of the sinusoid, it will be half of the time period of the voltage or current, because the frequency of this sinusoid, it is twice the frequency of the voltage or current sinusoid. So where is T by 2? This is T by 2. So it will complete one cycle from starting from 0 to this point. It will complete one cycle. Okay, so I am saying if theta v minus theta I. Okay, so people often see what will be, why are we getting this type of form. Suppose saying if theta v minus theta I, if theta difference between these two phases are 0, what will be 90 degree, theta v minus theta I is equal to 90 degree, what will be cos of 90? Cos 90 is 0. So what will be A will be equal to 0. So this will be equal to 0, means this line will shift from this point to this point, means right now the line is here, okay. So I am saying no, theta v minus theta is equal to 90. So cos 90 is 0. So term A will be 0. So this line will shift to this point. Okay. So what will happen to this phasor? Where will the phasor shift? So this sinus PT. I'm saying, let me draw it here. Sorry, I again committed a mistake. Dotted line. This is PT. This is 0. This is T naught. Okay, here I am representing it by T naught. T naught is nothing but T by 2. I am saying this is 1 by 2 Vm Im cos theta v minus theta I. So if theta v minus theta I is equal to 90, so cos 90 will be equal to 0. What will happen? So what this I am saying, this line will shift from this point to this point. So how will the phasor look now? So this was nothing but T naught. This is T. So what I am doing, I am saying if this phase difference between these two phases is equal to 0, so first term will be 0. So now this phasor will shift from this point to this point. It will come downwards. So it will come downwards. So this will be the curve. You can see. Okay. Because the A term will be 0 here, we are left with only B term. Okay. So I am saying if you will look at the phasor, okay. So we are saying since B has a frequency twice that of V or I, thus its time period T naught will be half of the time period of V and I. So I am saying T by 2 is nothing but T naught. It is the time period of this PT. Okay. And since we are seeing that PT is periodic, so it should repeat itself after every T naught seconds. Okay, so PT is nothing but P of T plus T naught, and T naught is nothing but T by 2. So you can see that PT is positive for some part and negative for some part. Okay, this is negative. PT is positive for some part of the cycle and negative for some part of the cycle. So if PT is positive, means it is absorbing power. Positive means this part. In this part it is absorbing power. And PT negative here. Negative means it is supplying power, or power is being absorbed by the source. Here the circuit is absorbing power, and here the source is absorbing power. What I am trying to say here, that here during the positive period, source is absorbing power, this circuit is absorbing power, and during this negative part of the cycle, what is happening? This source is absorbing power. Positive cycle, during the positive part of the cycle, circuit is absorbing power, and during the negative part of the cycle, source is absorbing power. Okay. PT positive means power is absorbed by circuit. PT negative means power is absorbed by source. Now PT negative PT is possible if we have resistance and capacitance in the circuit. Okay. However, like we have inductor or capacitor, so if you have an inductor, then theta V minus theta I will be equal to 90. So we will get a negative. More the reactance in the circuit, more will be the negative part. Okay. So sorry, I will say it again. I am saying if we have an inductive or a capacitive circuit, okay, so what will happen, the more the inductive or capacitive circuit means more will be the reactance, more will be the difference between the phases of voltage and current. If more is the difference between the phases and of this voltage and current, so lesser will be the cos. Okay, so what will happen, more the difference, so more will be the negative part. The positive part will decrease and the negative part will increase. Okay, like here I said the difference is 90 degree here. So what is happening, the positive part and the negative part are becoming equal. Okay, so that's what we are saying, that PT is negative, and this is possible only because of the inductor and capacitance, if we have an inductor or capacitor in the circuit. Now as you can say that PT is continuously changing, so it is very difficult to measure this time varying quantity PT. So to make the power, to make it convenient to measure this power, what we do, instead of this instantaneous power, we take the average power. Okay, so in average power, what we do, we take the average of the this instantaneous power over one complete cycle. We take the average of the instantaneous power over one complete cycle and we measure that power. Okay, and this power is called as the average power. Okay, and all the power measuring devices like watt meters, they respond only to this average power. Okay, so in average power, what we do, we take the average of the instantaneous power over one period. Okay, so PT is nothing but 1 by T. This P, I am representing average power by capital P, is equal to 1 by T integral 0 to T. T is the time period, PT dt. Okay. But actually if you see, the time period of PT is T naught, which is nothing but T by 2. So since if you will substitute this here, you will get the same result. There is no difference. Okay. So I will continue in the second video.